Today's guest is Joseph Poliquin,
Yes.
and he's a Louisiana-born actor. He's actually a musician, filmmaker. All of those are future filmmaker and all that. And I've known Joe for a long
You
time.
can call me filmmaker. I've done 4 already.
So there you go.
There you go.
We've recorded at least 2 albums, or maybe 3 that that you've been involved in. We spent a lot of hours here.
It's a blast from the past, man. When I walked up the stairs, I thought about my grandmother when she, God bless her soul, this lady right here.
Love that.
When she was walking up the stairs, she's
You got her up the stairs?
the first stairs, and then she walks, opens the door, she sees the next set of stairs, and she goes, "Fuck that!" And she turns around. She turns around, starts walking. I was like, "No, girl, go on, it's gonna be worth it." She's like, "I can't do it. I'm telling you." And I was like, "Look, we'll help you." So we pretty much helped her get up the stairs.
Yeah.
She gets all up both flights of stairs, got up here, saw the studio. Instantly, her eyes got huge because she loves music. She loved music. She loved it all. And so when we got in the studio, we convinced her to sing with us on our track here.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that.
What's a beast mode?
Yes. Oh my god.
You think I can forget that?
Oh my god. If we find that and can put that
I
in
got
here.
it. Oh,
You have it?
Dude, I got I'm a pack rat. I got hard drives. I got 200 gigabyte hard drives from 2005.
What's a Bismo?
The studio is amazing.
It looks different, right?
It looks different, but it's just so amazing. It looks so cool. When I saw the pictures of what you guys had for the podcast setup online, it just it looks so
Different.
$1 million budget. You know what I mean? When you look at all these other podcast studios, there's a lot of them that are just a wall with a sign.
Which can work, man.
But for the fans, the people not doing the podcast, it could work for you got. Yeah, I know how you earlier you said you were lazy. That's ironic. That's what made me laugh. It's lazy to have the best looking podcast studio in the world.
Well, I appreciate that.
Even the behind me, this is perfect.
I know, man.
I
had a guy come from New Orleans. We're in Baton Rouge, broadcasting for tropical Baton Rouge. And I was like, dude, I need that fucking manual. He's like, get your ass down here. I was like, dude, listen, I don't drive. I'm fat. Please do something for me. He's like, you pay $200 extra and I'll come. He sounded like that. Next thing I know, 10 minutes later, he's got this fucking mantle. And he's downstairs and he's wiping off the paper towels. He's like, it started raining, man, but don't worry, I'm going to wipe the fuck out of this. I was like, where are you from? You know where I'm from, man. Just south of New Orleans.
Is this Sling Blade we're talking about?
He kind of sounded like that, but he also sounded like Bobby Boucher's
I have some of the biggins,
Yeah, French fry
He
taters.
had that mama tone.
Well, I love that, though. I love dedicated people who are like, fuck this. This is my coins. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
So one thing about that, to say that, so to start off, you've always been one of these dedicated ass people because I remember this guy was always hustling, but on the next level, we just had Tony Romano in here. You remember Tony?
I do remember Tony. Yeah.
Why you smile when you say that?
My bad. If this could be Sway, Baton Rouge Sway.
I love Tony. I've known him for many years, and we talked about the emo scene. You remember it. You remember the fucking weird Baton Rouge scene, dude. It was different. YMCAs, veterans halls,
That's still killing
weird
me, bro.
shit. We told the story about at the YMCA. Do you remember that? Oh man, that was dark. Anyway, so long story short, I've known Joe for a minute, and one of the craziest things is you were always hustling. Now, the first band I remember that I loved was Fondling Amber.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God.
Which was a great name.
We've all been in that band at one point.
Well, it was a cool name. And then
I
Norcio.
had to change the name because whenever I was 17 or 18, I think I had the band from 16 to 18, right?
Okay.
And when I was 18, they called the Child Alert Amber Alert.
Amber Alert, right?
Yeah. And whenever they started calling them that,
You should change the name to Fondling Amber Alert.
oh my God, we would have died. They would have. And so I was like, I respect people who are going through it, and I know that I had a friend that disappeared too. So I was like, instantly, as soon as I heard that they changed it,
There was just one of those 2 days ago,
A
actually.
couple days ago, man, disrupted me. I was trying to take a little nappy nap.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
And it's like a kid missing. I was like, first of all, that's serious, and I respect that. But do you know it's my nap time? They're like, we don't fucking care.
That's why we made a movie about that, though. Every single person in the world or in the region will get that text at the same time.
Yep.
And how many of us actually do anything about it?
What can you do though?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like
I mean, if
you're in your house, you're not
if
gonna
you
see a car drive through your house, and there's no way to do it.
well, if you're,
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, honestly, think about it. What if you're walking across a grocery store parking lot
And you see it
when you get the alert, and then you
look at
see a little kid being yanked by the arm by somebody? That might be the moment.
Well, so I made this movie
It's
though,
random as fuck,
and
but
it was like a spinoff of what I really want to do. The idea was to have this group of people who gets those alerts, and as soon as they get those alerts, they just jump up and go out there.
So this is Static and Dust. We're episode 6-7. I don't remember, but today we have Joseph Poliquin,
What is up?
and he is a Louisiana-born, Baton Rouge-born, Baton Rouge-born musician, actor, filmmaker, and you've been in some pretty cool movies. Okay, because
Yes.
I had to do this. I've known you for many years, but I didn't realize what you've been up to.
Thank you.
And I feel kind of weird about that, but I'm not cloud chasing because I didn't know
No, that's
that
cool.
you were
That's
as cool
you're
as
one
you
of my
were.
favorite people.
Oh, I
Thank you.
appreciate that, man. So you have been in Five Nights at Freddy's. You have been in The Purge.
Yeah.
You have been in American Horror Story. What was it?
Freak Show.
Freak Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, you were in
and-
Purge?
The Purge season 2.
Okay.
Biased opinion, my favorite.
Wait.
Season.
The Purge?
The Purge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And Skate to Hell, which is streaming right now on Amazon Prime.
Skate to Hell is streaming right now.
Yeah, I
for
started
free.
watching it the other day, but I have a 5-year-old and he ran in talking about Mario or something. And I was like,
You
man.
can watch that in front of 5-year-olds.
Well, I was trying to, and he's like, Dad, come see Mario. And I was like, God. Anyway, so really weird. So we're going to do something like kind of easy, which is like 3 parts, right? So you like the voice, right?
No, it's just everything. The joke, the voice, the timing.
And we talk about this. My kid sounds like, who is that? Is this Stewie or
The fact that
something?
it's also like a
No,
pop,
it's like you did it to me the first time with the tauntaun. Daddy. It's like
We started collecting toys.
about the tauntaun on
Yeah.
eBay or whatever. He got the wrong one.
He's like, Dad collects paintings and I collect like great toys.
the fact that he's 5-year-olds and he talks like a college professor.
He does. He's weird. And so we looked at a bunch of toys, and one of them was Star Wars. He started loving Star Wars. And the Tauntaun, which is like the animal type horse.
It's like a fucking kangaroo, fucking
snow kangaroo.
snow camel Luke.
What is
camel
that?
Roo.
Return of the
Kangaroo.
Jedi? What
Camel
movie
Roo.
is that?
What?
Do you remember what movie
Second
that
one.
is?
That's-
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire. I said Return. Okay, Empire.
Technically, 5th one.
Remember
Okay.
the other day when I said, yeah, the ice planet of Oz, and you were like,
Excuse me. So anyway, so there were 2 versions released initially, and it was a Tauntaun that's just a standard Tauntaun, and one with a soft belly, meaning that you could open the plastic and put Luke in it.
About to say, yep.
So, naturally that was like $60 and the old one was 15. I was like, yo, he's fucking 4, whatever. So I get the $16 one and he says, oh, look, Dad, Tauntaun. It came in the mail. He said, wait a minute. He's like, this is not the soft belly Tauntaun. I said, damn it. You're just like your mother. You pay attention. All right. It's too much.
This is not the soft belly.
So this is not the soft belly Tauntaun. And
That could be a t-shirt, dude.
the level of deceit, like he looked at me like,
have a
are you
stormtrooper
trying to
saying,
pull
this
one
is not
on
the
me?
soft belly tauntaun.
For your podcast.
By the way,
Judge
this
podcast.
this is the podcast you're looking for.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't move along. Okay, so I broke this down. I said, let's do this episode like quick, sweet. Where the fuck? Who the fuck? What the fuck? Tell us where you're from, about your background.
Okay. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I became a musician at 8 years old and then became a guitarist at 16. And that changed my life. And so when I became a guitarist, I actually started having to go out and talk to people because it wasn't just something, you want to do at home all day long. You want to go play live and stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, I got to start a band. I had to make friends. Oh, no, I was an awkward person.
So when you became a musician at 8, what instrument?
Piano. My
Okay.
stepdad used to beat my mom. So it was really loud in the house. And I started jamming on the piano one day. And
Yeah, right.
it got them to stop. And I was like, hey, this works.
I know the feeling.
This works. I started getting good at it. And then my step grandmother was like, we gotta take you out of church. And so we went to church. And the church was like, Jesus can save you. There was pianos at church. And I played those even more. So that's when I became a pianist, I guess. But I'm still not good at it. Like I'm okay. I could play a few songs, but I gave my heart to guitar at 16. And then my mom got out of that situation. I moved in with my parents, my grandmother. And so from 12 years old, 13 years old to 19 when she passed away, she raised me. She raised me a lot until I was 6 too. She raised me from 3 to 6 too. But yeah, so like she was obsessed with music. She was whistling all the time. She was singing all the time. She just loved music. So I begged and begged and begged, and my mom wanted to do something nice for me. So she got my aunt to give me a Mexican guitar. It's like a $30 guitar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that guitar created Fondlin Amber.
Nice. Coco style? You know, from you ever seen the film
Jesus, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
I wish I could play that kind of guitar stuff. You know?
Oh yeah, the classical finger picking.
Flamenco.
I wish I could.
So okay, so we got that, and I have to throw this out there. I recorded a couple albums of yours in this room.
Yep.
One of my favorite songs still, and I made a note to this, and this is weird because I still remember it. I listened to it probably a month ago. Is Halfway to Somewhere.
Oh, epic. Yeah.
Dude, that fucking song, and it talks about your grandmother.
Yeah. Like, so like my grandmother came here.
Yep.
We got to the first steps and we walked up all those steps. She gets to the second door and
It's really fucking high up.
More steps. And she goes, fuck that. And she's this little Filipino woman right here. And so she's like, fuck that. And she just, and I was like, no, come on. It's going to be worth it. We got up the second flight of steps. We like helped her. It was like all the band was like helping her up the steps. We get in here. She sees the studio. Her eyes got gigantic, dude. Cause she always told me, she's like, one day you're going to be just as big as Eddie Van Halen.
Nice.
Or Cher.
Or Cher.
That's a spread, man.
Yeah, that was her two people, man. It was like, you're gonna be like Eddie Van Halen or Cher. It's ironic because there's a good friend of mine who's an up and coming actor. He's acted with everybody in the industry. He's a big name. I don't want to drop his name, but he looked at me, and every time he talks to me in public, every time he goes, you need to play Eddie Van Halen. Every time he sees me, he's like, you got to play Eddie Van Halen, man. And I'm like, is it really that much of a resemblance? And he's like, dude, when I see you playing guitar, I swear to God, that's Eddie Van Halen on stage. He's like, you could play the same kind of guitar he can play, and at the same time, you look like him. And I went and looked up pictures, and I was like, it's odd, dude. Have you seen pictures of Eddie Van Halen?
I have.
Young Eddie?
I have.
It's odd. It's creepy. Like, I could believe that my mom might have cheated on my dad. Like,
Damn.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, hey, look. Y'all heard him, okay?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to say.
He's ready. If anybody's interested,
I'm ready for Eddie.
And,
I've already been. I was ready for Freddie. Now I'm ready for Eddie.
Nice. So yeah, so that's one of my favorite songs I've recorded. We might even play a piece of it, dude. The lyrics. I mean, like it's still, and it's a lot of a struggle of artists to say we're halfway to somewhere and still they don't even care, because it talks about this bullshit scene. This place where you're at has no respect for the fight you're given, the fucking work you're producing. They're always kissing or sucking on someone else's nuts. They are, and they don't give a fuck, and they don't even realize that you're fucking so far beyond them. And one of the lines you say is, we're halfway to somewhere, and yet they don't even care, or still they don't even care. And then you go on to say, I can't wait to escape.
Yeah,
because that's like, I mean, that's real. I mean, that's kind of secretly a motivating factor is like, yo, and escape doesn't mean move away. It just means be like,
get out of that cage,
a fucking citizen of the world. Like, yo, I can bounce it.
Bring my lyrics up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's kind of like, I mean, not to make it just about me, but I'd rather, if I feel more at home, which is fucked up, in New York, the Baton Rouge. Here, they kind of look down. They don't know who the fuck are you. Who's this weird fat guy with weird necklaces? In New York, they're like, I follow you on Instagram.
Right.
And I love that. I love being, it's just fucked up. It's like the jazz musicians had to move away from New Orleans before they were respected.
Well, I'll say, like, I can't lie that Five Nights at Freddy's changed that for me in my hometown, but it took Five Nights at Freddy's. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all the stuff that happened before Five Nights at Freddy's, being with Tom Hanks for 3 months straight, none of that, and that was in Baton Rouge, and none of that helped.
Now, tell me about that project real quick.
What, Greyhound?
Yeah.
Oh, Greyhound was amazing, dude.
The ship.
Incredible. Yeah, I got to drive the ship.
I never got to see that.
Spoiler alert! I get my face blown off. If you know me, if you see me pop up in a film, you can guess either I'm going to be
Eaten
a big part of the film, or something crazy is going to happen to my character. Because like that, my agent's amazing, and that's what she does. She always gets me like the coolest part.
He has a range, a spread.
I like that.
Thank you.
So what I was gonna go on to say from there,
I want to be an axe murderer in a movie. So if you have anything coming up where I get to chop somebody to pieces, maybe I get to chop you up.
I'm making a movie right now. I'm making
Well,
a movie right now.
We're gonna get to
We're
that.
gonna
You
get to that.
you
Yeah.
mellow out. Wait,
that's-
don't jump the shark or the gun. Hold
By the
on.
way, I already have experience with
Don't
an
jump the
axe,
big
so
shark.
Yeah, don't jump it. So we start off where the fuck, but who the fuck? Tell us who you are right now, and just tell us about yourself right now. What
Okay.
you're feeling and where you know who
Well-
you are. Tell us.
My name's Joseph Poliquin. You said that.
Yep,
But my name is Joseph Henry Poliquin V.
there you go.
My full name. I am the fifth. I always got picked on about it and stuff like that.
This is where you plug your social media.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's Squoseph. It's like Joseph.
so instead of
yeah.
John 5, you could be Joe 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I went by JHP 5. And
I've
then,
seen Joseph Henry too.
Well, I was going by JHP 5, and then the AI
JPH.
revolution happened,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone thought that I was AI. So I was like,
No.
they're like, oh, some robot. JHP 5, some robot. I was like, that doesn't work. It's not. I mean, it's funny because there are
Thank you
people out
very
there
much.
right now who are actually human that don't use AI. They use camera, and
Right.
they're making it's like a new type of art. They're trying to convince people they're doing AI with nothing AI.
Oh, I kind of like
It's
that.
weird, right? It's
Well,
like
we
this
always
new-
joke that we're using AI to fight AI here.
yeah, I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I mean you have to. I mean you can lean into it, or
Well,
you
there's
can get
corny
bitch slapped
AI.
by it.
You know, there's people who there aren't artists and they use this
No.
computer program to make stuff. But then they got artists like me who go, okay, they're telling me that AI is going to take away my job. So me as an artist, why wouldn't I use it? That's just it's ignorant not to. If somebody says this tool is going to take away your job, why aren't you using it? Because the only thing you can do to fight it is to use that tool. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Anybody who tells you not to, oh, you're an artist, you shouldn't use it. They're trying to you. They're trying to your job.
Exactly. I get it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's so terrible. And so like he said, like you guys want to use AI to fight AI. I agree with that. Like I really do. Cause I don't see it as a thing. And I'm glad we're talking about AI, dude, because it has ruined a lot of my life. It really has. People
It's been a constant theme on here because we're talking about AI fatigue. We're fucking tired of it.
yeah,
It's-
dude.
Like
It's not even old yet, and it's done.
well, it's this is
Anybody
the thing.
exhausted
The
itself.
Anybody
thing,
with
you
a brain.
talked about halfway to summer, right?
Yeah.
I re-recorded that song. I
know
busted my
that.
ass re-recording that song,
Yeah.
and then somebody fought me. Not even about that song, but someone fought me saying that my music was AI, and I went, dude, I had to put my music on my profile, break it down in tracks, and be like, dude,
The
this is me.
multi-track.
And I was like, you want me to call my drummer right now,
Yeah.
dude? Like, I got my drummer on the phone. I got text messages. I posted text messages from Kevin. He's like, this is insane, dude. He's like, people are literally fighting you, telling you
1
my
minute
drummer
15.
AI.
I go off time.
That's
Listen,
the worst part,
yeah.
dude. That's the part that pisses me off. It's like, it's one thing that people are like, oh, I hate people that use AI. It's a whole nother thing when it's like, okay, well,
Yeah, but-
I'll not use AI, and you're still attacking me for it.
Hey, you probably
what?
already know this, but there are very famous people right now who have been using AI to write songs for at least 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I
Right.
don't do that.
And I keep
But he
telling,
knows
I've been
that.
telling people that,
When
and no
the song
one.
he's talking about, Halfway to Somewhere, or no, not Halfway to Somewhere. Played Your Fool. Played
Oh
Your
yeah,
Fool.
I know that
I
song.
came in here. My mom called me up. I'm sorry, mom.
Dude,
Talk
I
about this.
remember that.
My mom called me up, and she asked me the other day, and I'm sorry, mom, that I lied. She asked me the other day on the phone because she loves the new version, the version I just put out.
See,
of
I
that
didn't
song.
know you re-recorded these. I want to
it's
hear
just one of my
these.
favorite songs. I had to re-record those.
Dude, I love that song.
So, but I put effects in my vocals, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm using like a tiny little microphone at home, and it's not gonna sound great. So
I
put
love
effects-
effects. They're
Thank
fun.
you. This dude's like, "That's not your voice, dude." I'm like, dude, I took the effects off, and I can't make it sound too much different. I'm like, the last time you recorded me, I mean, you recorded me like 20 years ago. He recorded me
Yeah.
like 17 years ago, and he's trying to say that like I don't sound like I sounded 17 years ago. I was like, dude, I took all the effects off, put it back online, and people were like, I can't tell the difference. They were like, "Yes, it still sounds like you." I'm
Well,
like,
we-
come on, man.
We liked Phaser. I mean, we used everything that the big boys were using. You know why? Because we were trying to fucking make it.
Yeah,
Like, don't bitch to me,
yeah.
dude.
We sound like we sound in our head, like you said, dude.
T Swift. I mean, come on. Look, I don't even talk about her
It's all-
basic vanilla ass.
It's all a joke.
But
dude.
listen, if you
Fucking
don't think
joke.
she's not using everything available at her disposal, or her minions aren't, and I'm no shade, but even Beyonce has writing camps where she's got like 38 people writing songs for
It's
her.
not even Beyonce, it's all of them.
Dude, how many
All of
people
them.
got famous and were like, "Oh, I wrote for 20 big artists for 10 years."
Yeah, and then
Oh,
they
it's-
like kind of out them. They're
Yeah,
like,
they are the AI.
Sia
It's
was writing. So yeah, so okay, so we're at who the fuck. So who are you today? Who do you feel you are today?
Today, I feel like I have the best friends in the world because you hit me up for your podcast.
Oh,
Because
thank you.
I have the best drummer I've ever had in my life.
Awesome.
And like,
So you're still playing music?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like constantly.
And the project is still.
Yeah, I have an album coming out in May, and it's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
recorded.
I feel like I registered on your website.
I got 2 songs left to do, and then I have an album coming out in December that I'm only 2 songs in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so say that
Lot of
again
work.
because I interrupted you.
Album coming out in May, already done, and it's in promotional stage right now, marketing stage. So it's if you go to our website northshow.rocks, slowly the website will, and I can spill the beans here. Slowly the website will start to be infested with flies. So if you go now, you'll get a fly swatter. If you purchase the album, or reserve the album, you get a fly swatter, and it'll be your mouse pointer. It'll slowly start getting infested with flies.
Yeah.
And so if you're there hanging out and listening to music on the website, you can hit the flies and you're good. Right?
Amityville Horror style, right?
But if you don't, every day there's more flies. So if you've never signed up, the flies are still there, man. So by the time you get there, if you get there the day the album releases, it'll be like go to our album release site and there's be flies all over the screen, and you'll have to smack the flies. And then if you smack the right spot of the website, there's a button and it'll like vacuum out some of the flies and stuff. But for people who are fans of us, they smack out all the flies. When the album comes out, they're the first people get to hear it.
Right.
That's a little. I do this with this website. I have so much fun with this website, man.
So okay, so that's who the fuck you are, but also you're a horror fan. I mean, there's a theme. I mean, and you love horror, and so okay, I want to hear like 3 of your favorite movies, and none of the ones you're in that doesn't count.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
some of them are my favorite, but I wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
3 favorite movies: Jurassic Park 1.
Okay,
First and foremost.
Yeah, it's great.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay, that's unusual. I wouldn't have guessed that, but yeah, that's a good one too.
And for 3, I gotta give 4, so it's gotta be tied for 3rd place.
Come on, I'm listening.
Say Becky.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen Becky? Everyone that's watching this right now just got chills. They can't wait for you to see Becky.
Becky, okay, it's a modern movie.
You know who Kevin James is?
I know the name.
Comedian Kevin James.
Yeah.
All the grown-up movies and all that.
Yeah.
He's not funny in this movie. He's the bad guy.
Oh,
It's awesome. It's gory.
Becky.
It is super gory. It is like it's worse than Skate to Hell gory. It's like super gory.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I watched 8 minutes of that. I was already like, fuck.
Yeah. The bum drinking scene.
That was crazy already. Yeah.
But yeah, I promise you're gonna like that movie though, because once you said that you watched Trolls 2,
They're eating them.
So
they're gonna eat me.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but his line in the movie is so great. If you know Trolls 2, when he comes on the screen, he's in it a lot too. He's not just. Yeah. That's what I love. Sean's such a genius, and these people trust him so much with what he does that they don't just pop in the movie, get a paycheck, and do one scene. They're like, I want to be in it. So like, when I watched the movie, I didn't know how much Robert Carradine was going to be in the movie. So yeah, because I didn't get to work with him, and it made me sad. But I'm so honored I got to share the screen with him, you know. But he pops in and it's like right after one of my shots, boom, there's him, and I was like, oh yes, I was like, I get to be in the movie with him, you know. And then he's in the whole movie, and I was like blown away. I couldn't believe it. I could have sworn he was going to be one of those. All the movies I'm used to in the past, they have cameos come in, they walk in, they do their thing, they leave. Sean's smart. He'll be like, you only have to work for a day or two. We'll film a day or two. But, we'll stretch it throughout the movie. And I wanted to do that with Death Cab too, right? But now we're getting to the point where, I don't have to. The stuff that's going on with Death Cab's getting kind of crazy.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. You don't worry about that. Yeah, we got that shit. All right. So kind of okay, so what we're kind of talking about, so what the fuck are you up to right now? In the sense of, I know you got the music brewing, you just talked about that, but also you got this movie Death Cab. But just a little bit, if we didn't do this clearer, what do you think your most iconic work is? Maybe the top 2, and who are your favorite people to work with? I'm curious.
Okay, underrated Greyhound. They're making Greyhound 2 right now, so Apple TV knew how good of a movie it was.
They got it.
But it was a rated R script, and it was a 2-hour-long film.
I need to watch it still.
But they cut it down to a PG-13 script, and it's 80 minutes long, or 86 minutes or 96 minutes.
Okay.
That's the World War II flick.
Yeah, and they made PG-13.
I never got to see that.
Everybody likes it.
And it was filmed right here on the Kid.
Yeah, and everyone who likes World War II films want to see long, gory films, or long, violent films.
Is it gory?
No, I'm the only person to get shot that you see. I'm only. There's only 2 people.
No.
There's one person.
Is it a
sub
attack, or was it a sub attack, or what the hell happens in the movie? In the movie,
it's a destroyer. It's a bunch of subs. It's like 20 subs or something. It's crazy. It's such a good movie. I love that damn movie. Even though they cut it down
I've
to
heard
that,
people talk
I
about it. Yeah.
love the movie, dude. And the fact I've been cut completely out of American Horror Story. I'm only in it for one scene. I was there for 7 months and only there for one scene. So
Wow.
you do
They
the math.
paid you for 7 months though?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that helps. That helps. But still,
it probably
it's
was
about
more
the
like
art.
6 months or altogether it was 6 months, 6 and some change, and maybe like on set for literally 5 and
That's half a year.
3/4. But I say like 7 months because that's it. I got hired, and then when we got our rap gifts and had the rap party, that's like a whole 7 month stretch.
Okay.
But dude, it was.
So what's your third favorite project maybe that you've worked on? I mean, if we're going in order, I mean,
I never said second.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
Second.
Okay.
I said Greyhounds, and this is not in order of favorite to least favorite or
Okay,
least favorite to favorite. This is it's just all these are my favorite.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, no order. Okay.
I can't really put them in order, man.
No, that's fair.
When I worked on Greyhound, I mean, Tom Hanks gave me a nickname because Dale Dye gave me a nickname.
Okay.
And I'm the smallest guy in boot camp, and there's a guy that's like 6'3", and he weighs like 250 pounds. He's huge, and I had to pick him up with doing push-ups. The caterpillar push-ups.
Yeah.
That Tom Hanks makes people do in all of his boot camps. Like you see it in like Platoon, you see it in or not Platoon, in Band of Brothers and something else too. Saving Private Ryan. Like the caterpillar push-ups. They get everybody in the line, and then they all have to push up together because it's teaching them to work together.
Yeah, yeah.
And they put me in the middle of that damn line. And it's like, so literally you got everybody from this side and everybody from this side on your legs.
Right.
And you got all their weight. And they just want to see if I could do it. And I was like, y'all really have some faith in me. And I didn't think I could do it. And when I did that push-up, dude, I was almost in tears. It was emotional. I stood up. Dale grabbed my arm. He gave me a hug. He goes, "You're a surprising motherfucker." He goes, "What's your name? Pelican? Pelican. All right, you're Pelican from now on." And that engraved my name is Pelican. I was like, I don't know if you know this, but Pelican is a state bird of Louisiana, so I'll take it. I was like, you can't say my name? Fine. I don't care.
Just try. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
So the second film is what?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So funny thing about this Five Nights at Freddy's, I was vaguely familiar with it. I feel old. I was vaguely familiar with it. And so I started asking people, I was like, "Hey, do you know about Five Nights at Freddy's?" So I asked the receptionist about it. And she said, "Yeah." Okay, so we're at a bar.
The receptionist?
The receptionist.
Downstairs?
Yeah, that's her name. She's receptionist.
Oh, down here.
Yes.
I thought you were calling our bartender a receptionist.
No, that's my therapist. That's a different person. And I asked her about it. Who's 23?
Sid was her name.
Was her name, and she's 23.
Bitch.
And I said, "You ever heard of Five Nights at Freddy's?" And they all do this. They all smile. And they say, "Oh, yeah." I love that. So I said, "Ask the two dudes over there." They were just kind of like in the background of this high-end steak place. And we're like,
fucking Beavis and
ask them.
Butthead.
She's like, "Oh, they have. I said, "Well, ask them." And they both did this wide-ass smile. "Oh, yeah." And then so
crazy,
I go,
right?
"Dude, what is it about that fucking film, man? Or the game, right?"
It's the game. It's the universe that Scott created. First off, I want to say that I love y'all like deeply in my heart because like you're like pushing good energy towards me.
I'm trying, man, but you got good energy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm over here like having like a panic with my taxes and shit, and yet have good friends somewhere else that are actually pushing good energy towards me. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you for being here, man.
I don't know what it is because I gotta say, like, I know a lot of things about it that make me just as a fan of it now. Like, like for one, this cupcake, dude, this little dude here. Ever since this thing ate my face off, I can't go freaking anywhere.
I've seen that scene, by the way.
I loved it, man. I loved it. Ever since it happened, I can't go anywhere without people giving me these.
Oh, so they've collected it.
I brought this because a fan. I say friend because he's a vendor, and I like to call all my fans friends after I get to know him 20 times.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But he's a vendor, and first time I ever met him, I got to this convention, undid all my stuff, and he's a vendor, and he comes walking over, and he's like, "Hey man, I printed this for you because I heard you're gonna be here." And I was
so it's 3D printed.
3D printed.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And not only is it awesome, but like I wanted him to know this. That's why I brought this. I want him to know this.
Look at the
I
eyes.
get a hold of him. This thing is now the foreground of a live stream series I'm doing where I go on VR chat as this cupcake on the VR chat character, and there's Omegle there, right? So I want to do a live series on YouTube going to Omegle, and I tried. But if you've ever been to Omegle, however you say it, you ever been there? It's nothing but penises. That's all it is.
I don't know about this, dude. Tell me about this. I'm old.
It's a chat website where you click a button, you automatically just chat with anybody around the world. I've met some of my best friends in the world through that website.
Wait, so it's like a random like CB radio type thing, like back in the day?
Video, like instantly.
Huh?
Yeah. So you instantly see their video, they see your video, and it's random. But then sometimes it'll just be like penis. But there's reasons why I was like, I can't do live streams of this. So, but VR chat, there's Omegle and VR chat. And I was like, oh, this is hilarious because I can go as the cupcake and I don't ever have to see a penis. It's only their,
Listen to that sentence right there. I can go as a cupcake and I never have to see a penis.
Exactly, dude. I never have to ever
That's
see
a poster. That's a poster.
Right. That's a t-shirt for you.
I'm not sure we'll air this. Can you put the cupcake back on there?
You can air all this. Like, seriously.
Can you raise the cupcake up a little bit?
I'm not sure.
I mean, the top kind of looks like a dick. I mean, like, it's not
the people at Jim Henson are probably laughing.
It's not dick like.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And
I love the people at Jim Henson's. They're creature shop. They're my favorite people.
Oh, dude, there was just a major auction of some of his old pieces, and that guy was a genius, man.
He was.
And okay, so third movie. Okay, so third movie.
Okay, so third film is Greyhound 5 Nights at Freddy's. Third one has got to be Queen and Slim.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. Tell me
Have
about
you heard
that.
about it?
No, tell me.
Oh, wow, dude. Queen and Slim is one of my favorite movies. You know who Lena Waithe is?
I think so,
Incredible.
yes.
She's the co-star with Aziz Ansari in a show that I cannot remember the title of, but I loved it. Sorry, Lena.
Okay, we'll
Really
remember
did love the
later,
show.
and we'll put it right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be right here. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lena. But no, but I got to do an audition with her. So it was like the most incredible thing. 'Cause I was such a huge fan of her. And it was the first time I ever did an audition with somebody I was a fan of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like she's sitting there on the webcam watching me, and I can't see her face. I can just hear her talking to me, right? And so she's like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." And I instantly recognize her voice because if you ever seen Ready Player One,
Okay.
she's the robot chick.
Okay.
Yeah, I love all of her work. So I'm sitting there like, this is so awesome. This is so cool, dude. So did the audition. And when I was walking out of the audition, I was walking out the door, I hear Lena telling my friend, Megan, who is a casting director, I hear Lena telling Megan, he is so fun to work with. And I was like, please pick me. I was like, please pick me, dude. Please pick me. And I got called. And then I find out that Daniel Kaluuya is in this movie. And I'm a diehard fan of Daniel Kaluuya from Skins, Get Out, Nope. But it was before Nope. I got this.
Oh,
So I
okay.
got to work with him before seeing Nope. That made it even more special. So like, but like, I got the script back and I was like, oh, I'm a cashier again. Hollywood knows me. People like to say, oh, like you're not.
Are you a character actor, you would say? Or what is
I'm
that?
definitely a character actor.
But that's a great thing.
Yeah, I love that. Not a lot of people get to be that.
So when the fuck is Quentin Tarantino calling you?
I don't know. You either want him to call you or hate you because it feels like nowadays.
I
he
know.
hates a
We
lot of
talked
people.
about that.
Yeah, we
Dude,
Paul Dano?
If he hates Paul Dano,
That guy's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
He hates Matthew Lillard. Or he not hates him, but he talked crap about him too. It's like if he talks crap about you, maybe he really is just
It's like
joking.
kiss of death.
Yeah, maybe
he
he's
might
like-
be joking.
He
or
might be like he
just
talks
be
crap
the
about people because he knows it's going to boost your ratings,
Right.
and he just wants to show you that because he really wants to work with you.
Maybe it's hidden love.
I need him to talk crap about.
It's hidden love. Like sometimes, like back in the day, like when you're in middle school, a girl like being rude to you or mean to you.
you mean like when they kick in the balls?
Yeah, it meant she loved you.
But Queen and Slim is about a black man and a black lady that are driving on their first date from one of those dating apps. I don't want to quote. I don't remember. What
Okay.
it's Tinder or something.
Something.
So they're driving back one of those dating apps, and they get pulled over by a cop. They're amazing people, nice, sweet. It's like the most romantic intro, right? It's like they're so sweet. You want them to get together, and then get pulled over by a dickhead cops. And the cops there's many nice cops in the world. This one's not, right? So he starts stuff. And I'm sorry, but this has happened. And I think if you're a decent cop, if you're a decent police officer, you're gonna go, no, it's true. It has happened, and I'm gonna change it. You're not gonna go, it doesn't happen.
There's good cops and there's there's good people and bad people. Whatever.
It's like that line from Brother Santos, the discernment of good people is more evil than evil people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, I believe that. And I think that so this cop pulls him over and the cop ends up like being forceful and weird, puts him in handcuffs and then puts him on the corner and then kind of feels her up while he's frisking her. And it really pisses him off. And when he gets mad, the cop pulls a gun on him and tries to shoot him. And they get in a scuffle. And then he accidentally shoots the cop. Accidentally. Not even on purpose.
Jeez.
And then he gets out the handcuffs and he's like, well, we got to go. They're gonna There's no way they're ever gonna believe that us. And it's also like based back a little bit, like right after that big riot happened, because it starts with that riot. But like it's a really intense film. And when I heard the script, when Lena told me what the script was about, when she like got Megan to send me all the information about it, and they were like, "This is a very political thing. It's a very fiery political script. You want to do it?" I was like, "Yes." Like, it sounds amazing. It's going to speak such powerful, things, and probably just change the world and make people, come together. Let's do it. I was like, let's do it. Then I found out I'm a cashier. There's a thing about me being a cashier. My first part ever in Hollywood was being a cashier in Hot Pursuit. And I was looking down Sofia Vergara's shirt. It was so embarrassing. Happy birthday, Reese Witherspoon. It was like I was so shy that at some points I was like trying not to look. And then they were like, "Well, it doesn't look like he's looking on the eye line behind him." And Reese Witherspoon's like, "Honey, you just stare at her tits," And
I can do that.
So I was like, "I'm sorry." And I literally looked at Miss Sophia and I was like, "I'm sorry." And then so ever since then, it's like Hollywood has had a trope and has made me a cashier over and over and over. The Purge made me a cashier, but then somewhere down the line, they changed it to a truck driver. But it was a cashier.
Oh, okay.
See,
Okay.
so it's a trope. I keep getting put in these tropes. So I almost didn't do it when I found out it was a cashier again. I was like, I don't want to just play a cashier every time I do a part. That's like 10 cashier roles, But then again, I looked at it and I was more humble. I was like, I should be honored that Hollywood looks at me like, "Hey, that's a guy that was cashier in Hot Pursuit. Let's make him cashier in this. It's funny, So I was like, all right, fine. And I did it. And I'm so glad I did. Because one, I was acting with Benito, and he's one of my freaking grandmother's like favorite actors.
You gotta say the whole name, but dude, in case they don't know.
Benito Martinez, I think.
Okay.
Can you censor me out and like put the word
Yeah.
here if I don't
We'll
say
figure
it
it
right?
out. Okay.
If I don't say his last name right.
What is it?
Yeah, Benito.
Just start at
There you
one of my grandmother's favorite actors.
One of my grandmother's favorite actors in the world. And but I didn't think I was gonna be working with Daniel Kaluuya. And then I got word Daniel Kaluuya is filming a scene in the gas station or outside in the gas parking lot that is Benito acting with him through the window. So they had that scene together. So I was like, oh crap. So I am gonna be here working with him. And he came on set and I got to meet him. And he gave me so much information and positivity that I've carried through the rest of my career.
Awesome.
I definitely have to put that at top 3, because he said when he did Skins, he was supposed to be a one scene thing, and he went in there and gave them the best performance he could and went crazy and ended up making them a season long thing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was nuts.
So I have a question, and it's a triplet. And this is all subjective. Nobody get butthurt. Who's the most famous person? Who's the craziest person you've met as far as celebrity? And who's the scariest? Now, crazy not in a negative way. This is all about positivity.
Questions.
But so who is the most famous person you would say you met?
That's such a crazy good question.
Dude, I'm trying to go viral. What the fuck?
All right. Who's the most famous person? I don't know. I don't know.
That one's
Probably
hard.
Tom
And that's
Hanks,
a very-
unless you're going to tell me.
Oh, well, he's
somebody.
fucking major. He's famous as shit. Yeah.
I can't really tell him. This is why I can't tell. Because a good friend of mine, Douglas Tate, who plays Withered Chica, he's in Skate to Hell with me, right?
Okay.
He's more famous than Tom Hanks.
Well, here's the thing, though. He plays the Jack Link's Bigfoot. So
Okay.
you see him every time you go to the gas station, every time, right? And he also plays Chica, and he also plays Jason Voorhees. Well, now
Tom Hanks.
because but
Tom Hanks is awful.
no, yeah, but hear me out.
I'm listening, man.
Because of how big Five Nights at Freddy's is in India, Withered Chica is so big in India, they made him like a lead actor, huge movie star. Like as if we made someone from Britain a big star of a U.S. movie. They took someone from the U.S. and made him a huge
These other countries have a
huge star.
huge
I
population.
understand the concept.
India has such a big population. They have such a big population, billions and billions of people. Today, I got an email from my agent that Skate to Hell is so big in India, they want us to submit to the Indian Oscars.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's
like Bollywood.
It's
that's
the
awesome, man.
international.
We got to tell
Film
Gigi.
We gotta tell
Anyway,
Gigi, our friend
Academy.
Gigi's Indian.
International Indian Film Academy.
That's
So,
awesome.
And I looked at the pictures of the award ceremony. It's like Oscars, dude. It's gigantic.
Well, it's like Latin America. Like some people, we have like, there's huge stars we may not know in America, and they are the Taylor Swift of Latin America. I hate to say that, but you understand. So that's interesting. So it's subjective, is what you're saying about Who's the most famous, the biggest, most
Yeah, I
well
mean,
known?
like, I think fame is the whole thing about fame is what you think of yourself, really. You know what I mean? Like, once you get to the point
It's
where
like
the
my
whole
friend that
world is
thinks
seeing
he's
you.
huge in Spain.
Well, think about this. Okay, the whole world could look at you and see you. The whole world is seeing you. Does that make you famous?
I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
is it
it's
when the
subjective.
whole world looks at you and then hates you? Or is it whenever a vast
Well,
majority
fame is
of
not
people?
necessarily a positive word.
No,
No, it has
not at
negative
all.
Jeffrey
connotation.
Dahmer's pretty fucking famous.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. No,
No, seriously, like,
fame's
Dave
never
always
been
goes
something-
dark.
Fame has never been something that I've chased after, because if you chase after fame, you will not be happy. If you chase after money, you will not be happy. And it's not just some old adage. It's not just
Yeah.
something like you just say. No, it's if you chase after fame, you'll get it, but you will not get the other things you should have been chasing after. And the fame itself won't do anything for you but make you known by people. It's not going to give you a house and a family. So then you're going to be known by people and then also be a low life. You don't want that. You don't want to be known by people until you've got your shit together.
So you want
You know?
journey, quality of life,
I
right?
want
Yeah, tell me what you
at the
want.
end of my time when I'm on my deathbed, or if I get struck by a meteor and it's quick and I don't know, I just want the last thoughts in my mind to be, I'm happy. I'm really,
Right.
really happy. I'm happy with what. So it doesn't
It's
really
called
even matter.
it's
if
called
something happens.
quality over quantity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It doesn't even matter if something happens tomorrow. It's just the fact that like right now, you guys invite me to your podcast. Me being able to laugh with y'all and have fun like this,
Yeah.
I'm so extremely happy that if you could die in that moment, if any moment you could be like, man, I could die right now, I'm happy. Just keep living life like that.
Right
You
on.
know, you don't need anything extra. But now, whenever you do live like that, it's like this weird magic trick. Like it's like
Okay.
if I pray to God and I'm like, God, please, do this for me, but then I don't believe He gives a shit about me, then that's gonna happen. But if I'm praying and I know that I'm doing the right things in life, and then I'm also like sending good energy and I'm listening to 528 hertz frequency all day long, and I'm doing, because people know this, but they've proven that you can push a certain frequency into your head.
I saw this on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I've heard
Push a certain
this.
frequency into your head, and it'll cure depression and it'll cure fear. Fear is a disease. It's not something we just have.
I use Lexapro.
Well, there you go. See, but now if you can't, like me, having ulcerative colitis, if you can't just take medicine,
Just
and
can't
stuff,
take some-
you
yeah.
only have certain things,
Yeah.
So like, it's like I do that. I listen to 528, and dude, I
You found
Live
that
by-
it
live by-
works.
yeah.
It's just a tone you listen to.
It's just a tone. You go to YouTube, search 528 hertz. Now, don't get me wrong. Other people who want to sell you stuff, they're going to learn about it and try to mess up that frequency.
Market it.
So you got to keep going to new videos. I feel this. As soon as that video starts getting nothing but ads on it, a bunch of advertisement, they ruin it.
Gots
They
to
ruin the
go.
energy. Go to another video. Because someone else will ding.
What note is
Read it.
represented by 528?
Oh, I don't know.
It's like it's
Well, like A440. So based on that,
We're gonna Google.
yeah, you should Google it. Because I don't want to be quoted to say it wrong, but like
I'm just curious.
you give me
I'm
you give me a
curious. I don't
guitar
know.
key. You give me a guitar key. I've been playing that for years. I can tell you like
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll put it right here. So okay, so who is the?
Well, my point is, with all the shit I've got at home in a studio, I could probably generate a 528.
EDB.
Just,
So who's the craziest person you
Okay,
ever
so-
met? Not in a negative, but just you're like, what? in the
Craziest
fuck?
person is Stephen Graham.
Okay, what was that you threw at the microphone?
That was a piece of something I found on the ground. So, when I met Stephen, yeah, I recognized him from like Capone or
Okay.
from Get Shorty or something. Like I recognized him. I thought he was an awesome actor. I definitely did. But I didn't remember his name right off the hand. And to be honest, I was just hanging out with Tom Hanks. Like it was literally just me, Tom Hanks, and the director hanging out for 5 minutes straight, just talking about my character and what he wanted me to do.
He was
And-
in Boardwalk Empire.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's an amazing actor.
Yeah. I had to check him. I know.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor. So
Yeah.
I was sitting here I was like, dude, my eyes were like this big after I walked out of that trailer with the director.
what
and
was
Tom.
his role in Boardwalk?
And so I walk out of the trailer and I'm like,
I think it was.
I'm like, wow,
Who was he in Boardwalk?
I'm one of the main actors in a movie with Tom
I'll tell you,
Hanks.
man.
This is crazy. And I walk up, and then Stephen Graham walks around the corner. He's like, we run into each other almost because it's a small door we got to get through, right? So I'm like, oh, excuse me. So I let him out. He comes out, and I recognized him. So I wanted to shake his hand and say, hey, man, it's nice to be working with you and all that, So I went out to shake his hand, and I don't know. I thought that was good enough. Like, looked at him and didn't know it. I don't know.
He was Al Capone
I don't know. But he shook
in Boardwalk.
he shook my hand,
I know
and
he is.
but he gave me this weird look, and then we went to a like months later. No, I don't want to. I don't want to talk shit. You know, I really
You're
don't
not
talk
talking shit. You're
but
talking
this
about
is-
an interaction.
but
Yeah.
you know, this is kind of it.
Could be different next week, right?
Yeah, well,
If
yeah,
you met him again.
but it pained me, right? So like,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna even say all the stuff we went through working with the dude,
Okay.
because he definitely made it hard for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he didn't,
Yeah.
because he had his own set. He like, dude definitely was catered to, right? Like, never seen another actor have his own set on a movie away from us. So that's all I'm gonna say, right? Definitely catered to. But I was being nice to him, and the reason why I don't like the interaction, I'm not gonna say I don't like him. I would like him to like me, but I
Yeah.
don't care if he likes me, because I don't care if anybody likes me or not, because I can't help that. But like, I would like him to. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
But we went to a party, and my friends were playing the show. So when I walked in there, they were like, "Joe!" from stage, and they gave me a hug and shook my hand from stage. I walked back to the group of people where it was all the Greyhound soldiers together. Walked back, facing the stage, and right behind me, it's like he wanted me to hear it. Right behind me, he goes, "I don't like that guy." And I went,
Damn.
and I was like looking around, like, who doesn't he like? Who doesn't Steven like? I was looking around, like, who do you fucking like? I remember this feeling,
Fuck,
like,
dude, that's
oh, damn,
cold.
Steven doesn't like you. Damn, that's not good. And then I hear Manuel, who's one of the lead actors of the new Jurassic World movie. He's the one,
Okay, yeah.
the one whose daughter almost got eaten by the T-Rex.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Manuel, he's the lead actor of the Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix.
Okay. I haven't watched it. I love the
He's
movie.
an amazing guitarist.
Yeah. Okay.
He looked at me in the eyes and said, "Bro, you're such a damn good guitarist." You know, he's one of my
that's not
favorite people in
bad.
the world. I
Great
love this guy. I
compliment.
think he's an amazing guy. I don't think he likes me now, because right behind me, he goes, "No, Joe's a good guy. Joe's a good guy." And he goes, "There's something about him I just don't like." I was like, what the fuck, man? And it broke my heart, dude. I started drinking again that night because of that. I hadn't drank in like 8 years. And this dude did
That
and I was
did
like,
it?
Goop. I fucking took a big ass swig, a shot, and a big swig of a beer, and another swig of a beer. And I was a little buzzed that night, and I threw up, and I didn't feel good. Ulcerative colitis doesn't even let me drink a beer. Okay, if I
Oh,
drink
that
one beer,
sucks.
but whenever something like that happens, you're like, fuck it, I don't care to die. you get really.
How tall
dark.
are you? How tall are you?
I am 5'6".
So not super tall, but I think what pissed that guy off is that you're taller than him. If I had to guess, that's just what I'm thinking. You're taller than him, and that pisses him
And I'm
off.
sorry, dude. Like I said, I don't want to talk shit about anybody. But he's the only.
You're not talking shit.
beef
You're
I
talking
got
about an
at all.
encounter. You might feel totally different if you met him again and he acted
I have
right.
zero celebrity beef. I don't try to start beef with anybody.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. So like, I always wondered. So I want to know that. I will say that, Tom Hanks' son Chet Hanks is a big fan of his. Though, he was like freaking
Okay.
out about meeting him on set. Chet was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I can't believe he's on set with us. Oh my god, he's freaking out." And me and Chet had like a live stream together. I was in his live stream. I popped in. I was rapping with him, and I had a wig on. It was funny. His fans liked it. It was funny.
Yeah.
And then Chet Hanks blocked me. And I'm like, I didn't do anything to anybody, man. I haven't done shit to anybody. I really haven't, man.
We'll probably edit that out just because there's no.
don't.
Oh,
Don't, because I need to know answers, man. I need to know why I'm being treated this fucking way,
well, let me ask.
Like, what am
Fuck
I
is
doing
your
wrong?
problem? He's good people, and I mean, I don't get it. You know what though? I found out it's the weirdest thing. Like being in the art world, you try to do the right thing. I mean, these are all these worlds seem to collide. Whether you're a musician, whether you're an actor, or overlap. Or well, some people are just not going to fucking like you because they either want to be you remind them of who they were, or you remind them of who they want to be. And some kind of way you get under their skin. And the only thing you can do is keep drop kicking the fuck out of anybody who gets in your fucking way. That's it. That's all you can do. Just like keep
And
doing
Steven,
it.
if you're listening to this, dude, like we could be the best friends. We could make great films. I could write films for you that no one in the world could write for you.
Yeah.
Just come work with me, dude.
Okay, moving on. Okay. All right. Who's the what would we say? Who's the weirdest celebrity you've ever met?
Weirdest celebrity I've ever met.
That's where we're at, right? No, did we go
no,
scary
it
or
was
weird?
Famous. It was famous, crazy,
Oh, that's
and
right.
then scary.
Scary, yeah. So,
So I wouldn't call Steven scary. He's not a bad
No.
person.
Well, he's like
It's just-
4'11".
Doesn't make sense to hate me. I don't get it.
No, I got it. So who's the scariest? Like you were most intimidated by? Not necessarily in a bad
Scariest.
way, just like, oh, whoa.
Well,
Intense, maybe.
intense, scariest, intense, most.
Maybe nobody. Maybe that's not your vibe. Maybe you're not intimidated.
No, I'm thinking scariest, most intense. Because I mean, like you could be scary and make people wonder, like, am I gonna get hurt on this set? And then they call cut, and it's like the nicest guy in the world. So that's still to me that's
Okay.
scary. That's what I think.
That's intense.
Intense,
It feels
there you
like,
go.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Then put it there, like intense. Like who's the most? So who's the most intense actor that I've ever worked with, that would be Jake Cannavale.
Okay.
Jake Cannavale. I wouldn't call Jake scary. He's a brother to me. I wouldn't call him scary, but I'd say intense because I had a scene where he was a zombie and he was eating my guts.
Don't you hate it when that
I
happens?
was his best friend in the movie and he killed me. And so like he throws me on the table and like it was no strings, none of that, right? None of that stuff. He's like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up while you jump, right? And bro, you could have sworn I was on a damn like string rope. Like
He
stunt.
threw you up, huh?
Like I just jumped a little bit, and he's
funny.
He does work out. The dude's huge. Like he's buff.
Big old
like,
dude, huh?
Yeah, and his dad's huge too. You know his dad, right? Bobby Cannavale.
I know the names.
He's
Yeah.
the bad guy from. He's the main bad guy from Jumanji.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, like snakes and bugs going in and out of his. And
Okay.
he wears a hat like that. I think but I think I don't remember. But like he's huge. So like he's huge too. So I jumped and he grabbed me and picks me into the air at the same time as I'm jumping. And dude, it was like one of the coolest stunts I did on a movie, and it wasn't a stunt. It wasn't like a rope stunt.
That was real life. That was real shit.
They were like, "Are you okay? You okay?" Because like I hit the table and stuff, and he was like, "Dude, that was perfect. That was perfect. That just worked out perfectly." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that was fun. That was really fun."
Can you not fondle that, sir?
Oh, I'm not.
What do you
here.
keep in
I'm just-
there?
Flash drives and wires and stuff.
Okay, nothing.
Like you see, I still have a flash drive.
Nothing illegal or illicit.
No, this one goes to my mouse. My mouse.
Oh, nice.
For my Retroid.
Okay, so last question. Did you want to talk about that?
What, the Retroid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, this thing's cool, dude.
Yeah, tell us about this.
If you're a video gamer,
Yeah.
right, then you should get one of these. It plays tons of different games, like hundreds of different games,
Okay.
thousands of different games. But the coolest thing about it is it's Android based, right? So it's like you have every Android game as well too. And
cool.
So you have the touchscreen, you have the Android touchscreen, but you can play games like Warframe, Call of Duty, or Tom Clancy's The Division,
Yeah.
And it's only like $250 online. So it beats out all the other consoles. They're going to hate me for saying this, but it's handheld. It charges by C. You can get a dock for it that
Cool.
you can put your Nintendo Switch in. You can put your phone in it. And it's like the most amazing video game console. Absolutely.
So it plays classic games too?
Yeah,
Can you
plays all
do
the
the
games too. But
Okay.
now the cool thing about it is I use it as a computer, so I actually run my whole live stream through it. I got
Oh,
all my
cool.
cameras
Okay.
going to it and everything. All my mics going to it. It's crazy, dude.
So the last thing we're gonna ask, which is pretty epic, is wait, hold on. Am I on the
It's the what the fuck.
Yeah. So what the fuck? What the fuck are you up to right now? What are you doing? What are you working on?
Right now, I'm working on my own film that I wrote and I'm directing. I stepped up to direct. It's called Death Cab.
Okay. Well, tell us a little about it, man.
Yes, Death Cab is a thriller comedy that is in the vein of all your favorite thriller comedies, but I'd say this is going to be the best film of 2027. We have one of the best casts that I could ever ask for. Probably the best cast that I've ever worked with, and I'm not one of the main actors on this one. We have a director of photography that the entire world knows, that is one of my favorite people in the world.
Well, I'm going to know who he is.
I worked for a while on American Horror Story. I told you about that.
Yeah.
Well, I went to this festival one time.
It's one of my favorite shows. I love that.
Really?
Yeah, I love Coven. That season was Oh, yeah.
Well, I went to a festival, a Baton Rouge Film Festival.
Okay.
And this director was talking there, and he's a director of one of my favorite movies in the entire world, Megan is Missing. Now, I say this lightly because it's one of my favorite movies because you can only watch it once. But it's not one of those movies where you regret watching it. It's a movie that you watch once and you change your entire life.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm not kidding. You
like
watch
The
this
Whale?
movie once. You watch this movie once and you instantly want to protect people. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you watch this movie and you want to be the best.
It's called Megan is Missing?
It's called Megan is Missing.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch it.
Scary. It is the scariest movie in the world.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
So this film, man,
don't watch it unless you like. It'll haunt your nightmares.
Don't tell me that. I have haunted nightmares already.
It'll haunt your nightmares.
Now I gotta fucking watch it.
But whenever he announced that he was the director of this at the festival, I was like, "The Barrel!" And I screamed out, "The Barrel!" And he looked over and he pointed at me and he was like, "Yeah, somebody's seen it." After that, I went and talked to him, met him, and I was like amazed to meet this man. I was like, "Oh, I can't believe I just saw your movie and you're right here." Out of all, what? But of course, I mean, they're very smart people that run the Baton Rouge Film Festival.
Sure.
So if that movie, it hit the world. It did hit the world, and they got him there, that's smart because it was such a big impact on the horror film community.
Yeah, they're in tune apparently,
Yeah,
so
they're very in tune.
they see what's what.
So I got to meet him, and I don't even think that weighed their decision. I don't think he had anything to do with casting. But I got on American Horror Story, and I worked for months.
He might have secretly hiding in the back. You never know, right?
Yeah, I really don't know, but I don't know. I mean, he might have had something to do with casting the main cast, but I was just background, you know. And yeah, I was featured, so I was lucky to be featured the whole season, which is just unheard of. They never do that with background ever. So it was just me and 4 other guys. And 5 of us were the main like carnies in the freak show.
Yeah.
So every time you see carnies anywhere that weren't the main cast, it was us. It was like us 5 guys. And it was just like they brought in other people sometimes when they needed more carnies. But if like, for instance, whenever Evan Peters and Finn Whitrock, when they meet each other for the first time, I'm carving wood in the background. Like,
so you're like a constant fixture in this film or in this show.
And I wasn't thinking at the time I was ever going to become an actor. I was just getting paid so well and getting fed for free 3 times a day.
That's not bad.
To hang out with celebrities.
For like 5 months, you said?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, dude. That was the best. You know, there was no way I was going to complain about my job. I didn't think I could ever become an actor, to be honest. I was like happy to be there, you know? And then Evan Peters one day told me, dude, you could be an actor. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, you're one of my favorite actors. You're my mom's favorite actor. I have to now. I was like, I can't not do it because you, out of all people in the world, you told me I could do it. So I have to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. At the end of our stint at American Horror Story, I had only made it to 1 scene, but I did make it. I have a picture. It says FX on the bottom. You can pause it. It's me all scary with a machete, and it's an American Horror Story copywritten still from there.
Okay, so an official promotional still.
And I made it in more than 1 shot, too, so it was nice. I made it in 1 scene, more than 1 shot. I was happy. I was so happy. It was like months and months, but I made it. So I knew that it wasn't like I wasn't there, you know? In history, I'm there. So when Evan told me I could become an actor, I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. You know, what should I do? And he's like, well, get an agent, do this. And he gave me all the tips and stuff. And then like we were in the makeup chair. He's getting his hands removed. He had the lobster hands. He's getting hands removed. I'm still talking about everything. And we ended up talking about filmmaking and stuff. And I was like, he went over to his own area because they had to get the hands off fast and they had to get the rest of the makeup off. And so it changed my life. And that same night, Michael pointed at me. Or it might have been like the night after. It was like the same moment, though. It was the same, really close to that moment. Michael pointed at me on set at the end of the show, and it was like they're wrapping up, and he had time to like actually walk around and talk to people, right? And he pointed at me, he goes, Joseph, right? And he remembered my name from the festival. He remembered my name from the festival, dude.
You left an impression.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, yes, sir. And he goes, we met at the film festival. You watched Megan is Missing? I was like, yeah. And he's like, it's really cool. You did really good work here. You've been working really hard for us. You're doing really good, man. Keep it up.
He appreciated that you appreciated.
It was one of the biggest moments ever. So it was like at a rap party, I think, or at like a lunch where we were watching the last episode or something. And I was like, Michael, you know, I'd love to talk to you more about filmmaking and stuff. Can we talk? So we were just talking, and he's just such a good person, such a cool person. And he walks around, he has his hands like this. He wears a mosquito zip-up suit because he knows Louisiana. So he wears a mosquito zip-up suit, and he has his hands behind his back, and he walks like that around set. Like he's so serious all the time. And it was such a modest way of like standing. You know, like his hands were behind his back to where he couldn't distract you. He couldn't distract you while talking to you. He would walk up to you and talk to you with his hands like this. Like almost like a Marine or something. You know? And he would just, and so he just
composed.
Which is crazy. He doesn't know this, but it was just really crazy because whenever I got the boot camp and I got the part for Greyhound, I say got boot camp first because I got boot camp. They picked me for the character. They put us on set with Tom Hanks for a day. And then that night, after being on set for a whole day filming and thinking I already had the part for 2 or 3 weeks, then they called my agent and said I got the part.
Oh shit! So it wasn't official until it was official.
Until after I already worked with Tom Hanks. So he doesn't know this though, but we were taught to stand like that with our hands behind our backs. And every time we did, I would think
military. You thought of him?
My grandfather was a Marine. He also, raised me. But like, I would think Michael Goy always stood behind it, and it made me think about why he did it. So even when I was on Greyhound and I was grateful for the first experience on American Horror Story, I was thinking, it makes sense why he did this. He walked like this as a sign of respect for everyone he worked with. It was his way of not trying to distract you, not trying to distract himself, not trying to hold his phone and stuff. So like, I was just so amazed by the guy's work ethic. I was just like, this guy is somebody.
It's like humility, making yourself smaller while you navigate and move on.
And like,
it's interesting.
And look at how amazing of a person he is. He's like one of the biggest. He's directing Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
He directed Avatar: The Last Airbender season 1 and the new season coming out, season 2. Right.
Sweet.
He just told me what he's on now. I can't say.
Okay, something good.
It's something amazing. It's like, of course it is. You're my favorite
You're good at what you do.
cinematographer in the world. Not just director. He's a great director too, but he's my favorite cinematographer in the world. Have you seen American Horror Story season 2 to season 6?
I've seen several of them.
Okay.
I've always enjoyed them. Yeah,
You like the cinematography?
of course.
him.
It's a mood, bro.
It's
a
him and his
mood.
people.
It's a
the people.
vibe.
If he deems someone worthy to work a camera, I've seen him work with people, and he'll be like, "Hey, I need you to do this movement here," and he lets the guy do the movement, and it is like awesome watching him work with people. So whenever I wrote my script in my movie,
He was in
he
your
was
mind.
the only person I ever had in mind.
Well, is it going to happen?
I went to dinner with him in 2015, 2016.
Uh-huh.
In 2016, I think. I went to dinner with him, and I ate dinner with him and his family, and almost forgot to give him a script because I had such a great time just eating dinner and learning from him.
Right.
And then as I was driving away, I was like, oh my God, I got lucky to remember just in that moment because I was headed back to Louisiana soon. So I gave him a script.
Where was this, LA or somewhere else?
This was in LA.
Okay.
I gave him a script and I said, read it. And if you like it, I would love for you to help me and, film it. And I know that's a pipe dream, but I just really think that you'll like the script that much. And he got back to me and, long story short, he said, well, no one's going to believe that, without a letter, you can't just go tell people that I'm doing it. So he wrote a letter himself.
That's awesome.
And he sent it to me back in 2017 when we'd been talking like for almost a year about it. Like he sent it to me in 2017 and he wrote the letter, and the letter states that because of how amazing the script is, he wants to work on it. Yeah. And I've never had something that amazing. I've kept it a secret for 10 years.
So it's like a letter of intent. It's like, yo, if this happens, I'm on it.
And I kept it a secret for 10 years.
But that adds weight
for this podcast,
to the project.
For this podcast, because yesterday he gave me the permission to say that he is our.
So that's the scoop, man. I even have on here. I said, come on, man, can you tell us the scoop on something?
Yeah.
So now quit being mysterious for a second is what it says. What's the new movie? And what can you tell us that feels like a scoop? So tell us the name of the movie again.
Death Cab.
Okay. And you're raising funds right now for it, right?
I'm raising funds right now on Kickstarter. So
quickly, in like 2 sentences, can you tell us what it's about?
The movie is about a man who is going through the apocalypse, he thinks.
Okay. He's not sure.
He's not sure.
Yeah.
But he's going to win back his ex-lover.
Okay.
That's his whole goal, is to try to win back someone who's running away from him.
Love that. Okay. So look, that's what it is, man. So I want to ask you 2 things. We already talked about movies, so maybe just one thing. If you have to give these people a homework assignment and tell them one musical album to listen to, what would it be?
I would say any album, not mine.
Just whatever flavor you want.
I would say Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 or Delirium Trigger
of
Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria.
Those 2 albums changed my life. Also go to Kickstarter, search Five Nights at Freddy's, find our movie Death Cab.
Yeah.
And you could become an actor, a producer, or
we're gonna plug it.
PA or anything. Yeah. You could work on this film with us by helping us make it.
Okay. So that's episode 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. And thanks for tuning in. For those of you who watched it, loved it, there's so much more to come. For those of you who didn't like it, well, there's so much more to come. So bye. Guys, I forgot one thing. Stay there, Joe. Take a seat. Love is on the way.
Oh, what?